today I wanted to talk about another energy center, and I thought that we would just kind of go in order now along the back of the house. We already explored the back left-hand corner of the house, which is your wealth and prosperity corner. The next energy center that we are going to look at is your fame and reputation center, sometimes called your radiance center. To be quite honest with you, I haven't done a lot with this energy center in my own home. Actually, the only two energy centers that I have really, that I actually really think about all the time is my wealth and prosperity corner and my love and relationships corner. To me, those are just the ones that always kind of stuck in my head, and I felt like I always had to do no matter where I lived. I was very careful about what I did in those areas. As far as the fame and reputation energy center went, I was kind of just like, I don't know, why, like, unless you're trying to be famous, why are you energizing this area? So I started to look more into it, and I'm actually really excited to not only teach you about it, but also get my energy center in much better condition, because right now it's kind of a mess. So it's not just about fame and reputation. It's also about how you are known and seen and appreciated in the world. Like shining your light, connecting with others, and really just sharing your gifts with the world. So when I looked at it like that, I was like, totally, completely, I need to energize the center, because I'm trying so hard to like teach people and help people and share my knowledge and passions and positivity and whatever with the world. So I'm really excited to go through this with you guys today. So the center is a lot about how people perceive you, but it's also a center of power. Think about kings and queens, judges, teachers, priests. They are usually in that center of power. And whenever you are setting up specifically like an office area, so you do feng shui on your whole house, your whole property, but then you can get crazy about it and do it with each room of your house. So walking into this room, this would actually be my fame center right here, because there's a corner over there. Do you mind? Well, I'm trying to make a video. Because you walk into the room right here, so that would be my wealth corner, that would be my love corner, and right here in the middle where I have this beautiful window is actually my fame center. I want to keep calling it that. I do like calling it the radiance center better, but I feel like it's better known as the fame center. So if you look at your office like that, the ideal place to put your desk is in the fame center, facing the door. So you are in that position of power when people walk in. You get to see everything that's going on. So energizing all of the areas in Feng Shui are a good idea, but specifically this area, definitely energize this part of your home when you want to. Change perceptions about yourself, or if you've decided that you want to become known for something and you're trying to kind of like shift who you are or who people see you to be. Another great time to energize the center is when you want the courage to do something, because you're energizing this power behind you. You're putting yourself in a powerful position by taking control of the energy in this area. So the first thing you want to do is take a look at that area and see what you have in it. Think about not only getting rid of like the trash and all the extra junk and things like that, but also the things that you do have in that area. Is it symbolizing what you want to have? Is it symbolizing who you want to be? So if you have pictures of anyone in that area, you better make sure they're pictures of people who you want to be like or who you want to be perceived like. Another thing that you do not want in this area is water energy. The energy of this center is actually fire. And think about that like the fame center is fire, because think about your name up in lights, or when something is blowing up, or when something becomes hot. Those are all examples of that like fire energy. So you don't want to have water elements in this area like fountains and things like that, because Water puts out fire. You definitely don't want to put out the energy that amps this area up. Things that you do want, lots of bright light or things that represent light. Remember, if you can't get the exact specific thing that is meant for that area, you can get something to symbolize it. And so if you're trying to bring more light into the area, you can hang up a picture of a sunrise or fireworks, something that has that fire, glowing, bright energy. Something else that's really good to have in this energy center is wood. Think about wood feeds fire. So any wood elements are really great to have. I'm going to show you guys when I show you where my area is and what's going on with it. There's actually a really cool wooden bench outside in this area that we built, and I'm so excited that it just happens to be in that area since wood is so good for this area. A lot of things happen like that serendipitously. I think whenever you start looking at your home and you are first starting to learn about Feng Shui, you realize that something inside of you guides you anyways to kind of put things in a position where the energy feels good. You usually don't naturally put a piece of furniture like blocking a doorway, right? Because that stops you when you come in. The same thing with energy. You don't want to put something blocking a doorway when you want opportunities to come to you because it's going to block it. So a lot of the times you'll find going around your home, figuring all of this out, you're probably already doing a lot of the right things. And those moments when you realize you've been doing it all along are really exciting. But that's not to say that you won't also find some things that you want to change now that you have learned a little bit more about this. So I definitely, like I said, I want to change a lot. So keeping in with that like fiery energy theme, good colors to have in that area are reds and oranges. Some people say pinks. Green is also a good color to put there because green actually symbolizes the energy of wood. So the shape that you want in this area a lot are triangles, things that are pointed. So like little pyramids or arrows. Triangular shapes are supposed to be really good at energizing this area. So any kind of like triangle shape, like stars are great to put in this area. A lot of people buy those big like metal stars and keep them outside, they're kind of like outdoor decor things. Stars are good for this area, both because of the triangle situation that you have on the sides of the star, but also star is a symbol for fame, like stars are famous. So putting stars in that area is a really great idea. Any kind of paperwork about any accomplishments you've made, so any kind of awards or degrees, great to put in that area. Any kind of trophies or medals that you've won, perfect place to put things like that. And you know what? This area in my home is actually my kitchen, and I'm thinking to myself, where am I going to put things like this in my kitchen? It's going to look junky and just crowded, and I don't want to put like stuff in my kitchen. Well, you can put stuff in this area and keep it out of sight, but don't feel like you have to put everything out in the open where you can see it. Definitely it's good to have some things where you can see them because of how your subconscious picks up on it, but also energy work and your intention. And you're getting into this as in, I'm redoing my space and taking control of this, and this is the energy I'm putting into it. The universe will respond to that, even if it's hidden away behind some closed doors. So animal stuff is really good to keep in this area, like animal print or any kind of feathers, especially peacock feathers are really recommended. They're just supposed to be really supportive to this energy. Unlike the wealth corner that we talked about in the other video, this is a great place to have a fireplace, or right outside of this area is a great place to have a barbecue, candles, anything fire element, right? You want to have that kind of burning energy. So actually, if your stove is in this area, it's like perfect placement. So just like with any energy center, the first thing that we're going to do is clean and clear. And I actually spent a lot of time this morning cleaning up that area as soon as I started reading all of this stuff and realized that I actually do want to energize the center, and I'm actually so excited about it. I went into the kitchen and I just started cleaning everything top to bottom, and
vers les ciels de Méditerranée. Échappons-nous vers l'horizon. Allons plonger vers les ciels de Méditerranée. Échappons-nous vers l'horizon. Suis-moi, juste toi, juste toi. Suis-moi, juste toi.
So that's what you need to do first, clean and clear. The second thing we do is figure out how to make the good energy flow. So we want to get rid of blockages and bring in things that are good for the energy. And then we set our intentions for the space with symbols and words and paintings and whatever we can find. That is the time that you program your dreams and your goals to go into this space. And so you have to think about what you want. Think about where you want your life to go. Think about this center, how you want people to perceive you, how you want to use your gifts to help people. And then think about symbols that would help that. All right, guys, so this happens to be my fame center. So I have a stove in here. We do a lot of cooking in here. So I guess that's a good thing. This big window lets in a lot of sunlight, which is really great. But as you can see, there's not really like a place for me to put a bunch of stuff to help support this area. So what I'm going to do is actually hide everything up in one of these cabinets. I'm gonna make like a little Fane Center dream cabinet up there. And I'm excited about it. Okay, so we actually measured the back of the house today so I could get an exact location of where these energy centers started. And this energy center kind of starts like right here, partway through this wooden bench. And I got all the leaves off of it today. Tomorrow I'm actually gonna take out the power washer and get it. We have pollen problems here in the south. But I'm really excited that this wooden bench is right here in this area where I want it. And then I'm probably gonna get some like red cushions to put in the corner right there. I think that would be such a perfect thing to do right there. I'm so excited that it's in the right place. So this is the rest of the energy center outside. It comes up until about like right here. So another thing I'm really excited about is these bushes back here because they have a really nice kind of like red and green fiery energy. So I'm just really pleased that that worked out like that. And this week I'm planning on getting a lot of yard work done. So I'm going to be pulling all of these weeds and getting rid of all these leaves. I mean, Ryan's going to be getting rid of the leaves and I'll probably be doing the weeding. Oh, come on, come on. So the first thing I'm going to put up there is, I have a thing about stars. I've always loved stars and I love everything glow in the dark. So yeah, I do just have random glow in the dark stars laying around that I haven't used. And I'm gonna be using pink ones and orange ones and a couple of the regular ones. And I'm just gonna hang them up in that cabinet. No one's gonna see them, but the symbology is gonna be there. And the fact that they glow in the dark, I feel like is like a win-win situation. So I'm going to get out a ladder and climb up there and see what's in there and hang up these stars. And so I think another thing I'm going to do, but I can't do it today, is you don't want water elements in this area, right? And I do have this sink right here. So I think what I'm gonna try to do to combat that is, besides some stuff I'm gonna do up here, I think on top of both of these cabinets, I think I'm gonna get a red candle and put it on both sides up here. So it kind of like counteracts this downward water energy right here. And that's what you do in Feng Shui. Like, everything is not going to be set up perfectly for you, but there are ways to support and combat all of the bad energy, the like bad energies that you could be worried about. So we've got some stars. I also, when I was cleaning, I had a couple pieces of organite up here, but they were not the right, they weren't the right color or the right shape or anything else. So the whole triangle pyramid thing, I found this that I had made. It has red in it. These are actually garnet beads. It has pink in it and it's pointed upwards. So keeping it over the sink, I'm hoping kind of counteracts that same kind of like downward water flow balance. So this going over here, just right in the middle there. All right, some other things that I am going to keep up there. I have an R for Rachel, literally my name in lights. It's probably not bright enough for you to see, but it is turning on and off. So I think that's a great thing to have up there. Another Feng Shui candle. I showed you guys my gold one that I keep in my wealth center, but this one is red and it's actually supposed to symbolize fire. So I'm gonna put that up there. I'm not a really sportsy person. This is the only trophy I've ever gotten in my life, and I'm just going to, I'm gonna put this up there. And I had another bigger piece of red calcite I was gonna put up there, but I cannot find it. So I just have this little piece of red calcite I'm going to put up there. So I feel really good about the fact that I'm energizing it and I cleaned it and I'm putting all of these great symbolic things up there to energize the center. So this is something that has been implemented for thousands of years. It's just about the energy flow and the intentions you're putting out into the world about your life and what you're giving it and what you expect it to give to you. So, I mean, I absolutely believe in this stuff. Even if you don't, then it's not going to hurt anything to clean up an area and put a few symbols or supporting colors in that area and see if anything happens. Well, that is it for me today, you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I really hope you learned something, and I really hope that you start implementing this into your life. Even if you only take a few steps, you're still starting to take control of your life, and that is such a great feeling. And I predict that if you do that, you will start feeling better and you will start wanting to do more things like this because you'll see that it really works for you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you guys have the greatest day, and I will see you all next time.